Hello everyone, this is Gorax with another DragonHeir Silent Goods video. Today I'm gonna show you my 6 teams in Continental Challenge that I was able to create and get me over 113,000 points. As you can see, this is the current leaderboard. There's 3 more days to go, but I'm expecting to stay top 20 with no issues, as I was rank 7 and rank 10 in previous weeks. Obviously my teams are getting weaker now, but I think it is going to be enough. So if you're looking for teams that will give you over 100,000 points, this is the video for you. It is not a free-to-play friendly video, as this is my main account, so I'm trying to compete here and I'm using the best tools I have at my disposal. So let's look at the challenge records, and as you can see, these are all the teams. Now obviously we're gonna start with strongest and gonna go to the weakest. The strongest one is Rook, but I changed a few things. There was a placement that I was using previously to make sure Rook, Dargo, and Whisk get the benefits of Horn from Fur buff. But what we can do instead is put Horn on Ogog and use the Chest of Radiance on Fur buff, giving us more damage. Now you could also change things around. If you have the Misty Conch, you can put Misty Conch on Fur buff. If your team can survive, I mean Ogog and Fur buff, as these will be the only ones taking damage, or any other support, as Ogog is not mandatory here, you can put that and you will have double defense down, which will increase your damage even more. The equipment is very basic. Obviously Rook with the best artifact for him, which is his exclusive artifact, and Whisk with Poison of the Swamp, as he's getting heals from Fur buff in Ogog as well. So the damage is there. Dargo is Witch's Remain applier, and you can look at other videos on my YouTube when I cover the timings, etc. The second team that did really well is the Ether team with Ozul. Now I wanted to play it without Astion, and I was doing around 200 million damage, well 190 million damage without Astion, but other support. And I wanted to put Astion in my Ice Blast team, but the Ice Blast team damage went to like 150 million, which didn't really give me a lot of points, so I prefer to keep it this way and use Astion here in the Shadow team with Ozul. And Ozul is not using his exclusive artifact, as I believe it is weaker than the Shadow Spawn. The team is doing really good damage, 250 million, and as you can see, I'm using Chest of Radiance on Daphne to give her a little boost of survivability, well, to give boost of survivability to everyone, and extra attack. Astion will be with the Horn, and we will have Perseus build totally offensive thanks to his survival through the ultimate and reducing the damage the boss does, plus the Moonlight Mantle that will help him heal, and we'll build him with attack to give attack to Daphne, so then she can transfer the extra attack to Ozul, making him a beast, and Taldi will be the Witch's Remains applier. The third damage team is my favorite. I love this mix, by the way. I've been saying that constantly. As Perkunte with Orfina. So Perkunte, the main damage dealer here, tremendous damage thanks to Orfina, who can constantly refresh the Thunder Electrocuted here and cast the Thunderbolt, making passive of Perkunte stronger. You don't need to build her with maximum accuracy. As long as she applies it once, she will refresh it. And we give her the Greater River Lamp, as I was testing that. And with Garius, we don't really have much healing here, constant healing, so Poison of the Swamp is not working really good. And we have Farival with Chest of Radiance again, boosting the defensive capabilities of the team, because Asketu still does a lot of damage. That's why we also have Iola to apply Witch's Remain and make sure we have attack penalty as well to reduce that damage. And Garius, a soul healer here, using Gatekeeper Staff, Moonlight Mantle, and Ancestral Protection set to make sure we survive. Now the next 2 teams are rather lower in damage, but still very good, and all the next teams don't use exclusive heroes, so this is more budget friendly, but there are few requirements for those teams as well. The Ice Blast team will not work without Sheena. Sheena is mandatory if you want to run multiple Ice Blast heroes, because she will give crystals to everyone, and we put Witch's Remain and Cyril set on her. Our only healer is Fenja using Solar King Horn, Ancestral Protection, and Moonlight Mantle. We build her with a little bit of resistance, as whenever I take that and change it into more defensive stats, the team tends to die earlier. So this mix of resistance works really well. Our main damage dealer here will be Nadia. She's doing amazing damage, and we're using Poison of the Swamp as there's nothing else that is good enough. And Fenja has double healing on ultimate and healing on her battle skill as well, so it is stacking up really nicely. Then we have Garfin, who is able to stand without getting knocked back if you use the right placement, and I believe I have video going over that placement as well. And Bledin is the last one using this Chest of Radiance to help us survive, because we don't have attack penalty in this team, and it is really showing as we're taking so much damage. Also, don't forget he grants 20% attack up for the hero with the highest attack. Now, surprisingly, my next team is not the Wild team, it's rather the Rally team, and I'm not using Philander. I'm not using an exclusive hero here. I don't have him. But also, he is not the best choice here. It's all about the range, because you want to avoid Rook's ultimate, as he is doing colossal damage there. So I'm tanking it only with Ether, and you can see it on the video as well, which I released, and I'm using the Mystic Conch to basically give up attack penalty, but instead get another defense penalty. And we rotate it every 20 seconds with Rose, who is applying Witch's Remain as well. The reason for that is we want to have defense down constantly, because our damage dealers are on 15-second rotations thanks to Lorenfield, and this team will not work without Lorenfield. Okay, so Lorenfield's Chest of Radiance here to boost the damage and survivability of the team as well. Lorenfield also has defensive Precious Carnage here, because he will eventually at 4 minutes 30 take the battle skill of Rook, and he has to survive so he can push the damage. Huberg with Flute of the King, and Alton with Poison of the Swamp. The healing is mainly coming from Rose, and Ifyar can heal himself through the basic attacks, and he's spawning clones, so the ultimate of Rook is always at him instead. And I don't have Filto. With Filto, this damage will probably go up instead of Huberg, but this is why I pulled for Alton, and it paid off 122 million. So as you can see, all my teams are doing over 100 million damage. The last team is against Shina using this budget Wild team, and as you can see, this is single support scenario with Gatekeeper Staff and Cyril set here, and Moonlight Mantle with attack fully built around attack. And it is enough to survive, especially with the Chest of Radiance now that I didn't actually wear when I saved this score, so this could probably get a little bit higher than that. But yeah, we could use Chest of Radiance here, but I opted out for Downpipe Organ. I wanted to boost those two damages as well. Tonalnan is doing really well with Ravatri's Root, but you could also put, if you don't have Ravatrix Root, you could put Chest of Radiance here. I was lucky enough to get a little bit of inspiration on Felicity and Eric, and the team is still doing 100 million damage, but it is not what I would expect. I was aiming for like 150 million damage on all of my teams, but obviously it's not easy without exclusive heroes. But yeah, so far I am rank 2. I'm expecting to drop to rank 10. But it's still within the top 20, and that's what matters, because if you look at the rewards, it's either 1, 2, 3, 5 or 620. So I'm aiming for this threshold, and I'm quite happy with it. As I said at the beginning of the season, I am taking it slow, and if you look at the points, I'm basically like 3,500 points behind this person here, which is probably going to be the rank 1. But yeah, tell me how you've done, how you're doing, and if you're enjoying Continental Challenge this season. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe, bye!